Hey, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. I think today we're back to reality. My hair's not back. We're back to reality. It's Tuesday, December 27th. Back to reality. I think yesterday was a federal holiday, so I guess yesterday wasn't it like a back to work Monday. But it was just kind of one of those, it was like one of those half days, even though I worked like all frickin' night catching up on shipping. I think I had over 300 items to ship once I finally got shipping yesterday morning. So I was able to whittle that down to about 140, I think, because items kept selling. Doubled my sales goal yesterday. Sales have been insane, not just here over the holidays, which is surprising, but the entire month. I went back and looked, and I surpassed my sales goal 19 out of 26 days so far in December. And I think the last time I fell short of the goal, which I only fell short by like 3%, I was at 97% of my goal on December 19th. So eBay sales have been great. Doubled my sales yesterday. Christmas Day was, I think I surpassed it by 25%, which I fully expected. My Christmas Day eBay sales, I fully expected to be at 50% of goal. And I have this goal in place regardless of the day. And I know some days it's going to fall short. Some days I'm going to crush it. And I thought Christmas Day would be one of those days where it fell short significantly. Did not. Crushed it. So it's been a great month on eBay. And it's been a great year overall. So that's what I want to talk about. So I think Randy mentioned it in, I need to go back and like respond to a lot of my comments. So if you're not watching live and you comment, please comment. I do see most of them and I'm lazy and I don't respond to many. So typically I'll go back. I'm like Aunt Cindy when it comes to YouTube comments. And what that means is my Aunt Cindy, real life person, my Aunt Cindy will I think she must go like, oh, it's the third Wednesday of the month. It's time to go look at Bo's Facebook page. And she'll just scroll down and she must spend the whole day because it's like this post from 2017 received a new like. And it's like, oh, Aunt Cindy's back at it. My wife, and she must do it in couples because I'll get notifications, 32 notifications from Aunt Cindy. And then my wife will send me a text message and she's like, Aunt Cindy's on Facebook today. So I Aunt Cindy it when it comes to YouTube. And I'll just randomly, I'm going to go to YouTube and like respond to all the comments that I've ignored for the last 2 months. And I go back and so you may receive a notification. Bo liked your comment. Bo responded to your comment that you left 3 months ago. Must run in the family. I Aunt Cindy it. So we've got Terry. What's up, Terry? Brian, good morning to you. Dan, what is happening? Red Light 34, what's happening? Dan, good morning. Hit the like button. Thank you, Red Light 34. We've got Kyle in the house. Always a lot of eBay sales when people are at home for the holidays. That's a great point. And surprisingly, last year we were still like in the craze. And I'll talk a little bit about the breakdown of the year and just kind of like my observations from the card market and just observations. It's going to be all over the place, which every morning is anyway. But last year during I guess December 2021 wasn't the peak, but it was still running high. It was still hot and heavy December of 2021. My Christmas Day sales were not that great. In fact, I was expecting a great day of sales on Christmas Day 2021 because I had a fantastic Thanksgiving Day. My hair is all over the place today. What the hell's going on up there? It looks like a rat's nest. But I was expecting less sales this year than what I received. So I'm very happy. But you were exactly right because what was I doing? I was on eBay like all day Christmas Day, doing mostly listing because, once we woke up and we're like a very non-traditional holiday. I mean, we don't really do traditional holiday anything. But we do a Christmas tree. We did very small, very small gift exchange, just a few things here and there. Have the new house, which we're closing on this week, which is going to be a big expense. So, okay, we don't need to buy each other crap. Just pretend that I gave you a Nordstrom gift card and my wife pretends to give me an eBay gift card, and we've got a new house. So, I spent a lot of time on eBay. We did our thing. We woke up, had breakfast and coffee, turned on like the Disney Christmas parade. And after 30 minutes of that fluff, it's like, okay, this is way too cheesy for me. Let's watch Christmas Vacation for the 43rd time. And then it's like couch all day. And then it's like, oh, lunch. Let's go look at the new house. Back to watch another Christmas movie. Oh, it's time for dinner, drink a few beers, and retire to the couch again. So I spent a lot of couch time. I mean, I am couch people. So a lot of time on the couch on Christmas Day. So Kyle's exactly right. What are you doing? You're just on your phone, whether you're bored because you're entertaining or you're bored because you're with family or whatever. You're on the couch, you're looking at eBay. And I was on eBay listing. I'd look at things every once in a while, but mainly I was listing. But people were out in full force buying on eBay. And that kind of goes along the lines of everybody wants to list on Sunday nights. Why? Because and I've talked over and over about this, where in the age of phones in our hands 24 hours minus when we're sleeping, we can be on eBay. Like, I can pull my phone out and be like, oh, it's not like back in the day, 20 years ago, you had like computer time. When was computer time? Back in 2000. 1999, 1998. Usually Sunday night after dinner, it's my internet time. Not even computer time. It was internet time because you had to 56K modem, the old dial-up, and I've got an hour of internet time. I'm going to go to eBay and look at what's on eBay and go to Napster and download a couple songs. I can download 2 songs an hour, I think. So that's why Sunday nights became like the de facto eBay time, because on 25 years ago, people had to devote an hour of internet time. And that internet time was typically on Sunday evenings. And here we are. Now we've got phones attached to us all around the clock. We can pull it out at any time to look at what the latest eBay auction is ending. But with that said, there's still a little Sunday nightish. There's still that Sunday night pop, because on a Saturday afternoon, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. If I'm out running errands on a Saturday, like, I'm not really paying attention to my, what's going on eBay or Twitter or Facebook if I'm doing things. And when are most people not doing things? Guess what? It's still Sunday night. Because all Friday, you're excited. You get off work, you go out, dinner, beers, whatever on Friday night. You don't care about what's going on eBay. Saturday, you're doing your errands and your chores. Do people still do chores? I'm sure we still have chores. We just don't call them chores anymore. Sunday night, we're getting ready for the week. We're laying down on the couch and we're looking at eBay. And so I think there's still that Sunday night vibe going with eBay, and Sunday nights are still a popular night. I digress. Victor, what's up? Good morning. Clark is here. Paul, what's happening? Flipping Sports Guy is here. I had a very good Christmas night in sales. Surprised me. Yeah, I was shocked at my sales on Christmas. I was actually shocked because I thought I would reach 50% of my goal, and I ended up being around 125 to 130% of my goal. Reppin' Rajon is here. What's up? Good morning to you, sir. Low Roller Scratcher, what's up? Bad news, Netflix sharing passwords. Fortunately, I don't think we share my wife and I have the account, but we only use it in our house. So I don't know how they're going to try. I'm sure IP addresses maybe. So it'll be interesting. How can you do it on your phone and your iPad? And like, all of your TVs. It'll be interesting. I guess that's all on the same wire. I don't know how the internet works. But fortunately, we don't share passwords. If MLB TV does that, then I'm screwed because my fantasy, we share a password in the fantasy league we're in. Flipping Sports Guy says, Christmas present to myself, the Fujitsu 7030. Awesome. Love it. In a Card Dealer Pro membership. Can't wait for that scanner to come in. That is awesome. Good luck to you. Let me know if you have any questions. Love it. Boston Smoke, what's up? Christian's here. Good morning. Finally over the Lions loss in a state where I can interact with the rest of the world. No, the Honolulu blue Kool-Aid has run out. Reppin' Rajon says, same here with the eBay sales on Christmas. Sold several old stagnant cards that I wasn't expecting. A lot of my, and I will say a lot of my eBay sales were not stagnant because I was listing like all day, like Christmas Eve night, Christmas Day. Like I was just listing. I had ripped some stuff. I had a lot of like the hits that I pulled from the Couch People Christmas party. I was just kind of sitting on those to list. So a lot of my sales were like new listings. I've got some just in front of me, like the Pro Debut autos, Averson Artiega, Blue Auto. What else? Of course, all this is stagnant. That the rest of this pile is all stagnant. But I pulled the Jordan Walker Mojo Auto, and I'm like, ooh, this is a nice hit. Well, it ended up selling for $105, so that was a very nice pull. Let's see. Low Roller says, in sports, you can watch Piracy live stream. It's very easy to find online as long as you have ad block. Christmas eBay sales equals Christmas cash to burn. Another thing, yeah. What Christian says, go piggybacking on Kyle. What do we have? What do we have on Christmas Day? Time and extra money. A lot of people are getting eBay gift cards or Visa gift cards in their stockings, gifts in their Christmas cards. And, well, we've got some extra time. It's Christmas Day. I'm just lounging on the couch around family. So we all pull our phones out. We've done the necessary hour of family talk time. Now it's phone time for the next 8 hours. So we've got, hey, I've got my mom gave me a gift card, and it's burning a hole in my wallet. And so I'm looking, what am I going to buy with this? And it's, I'm trying to think, because in the past, like when eBay was a side hustle for me, it's like, I'm going to try to find something I can flip. Here's $100 gift card that I want to buy something and flip it for $150, just do that. But now it's like, well, that's anything I flip is inventory. So that's just a business expense. I don't want to use a gift card for something that's going into my business. So this is devoted to Cubs. So what am I looking for? Well, Bowman Draft came out, and then it's like, well, I've got $100, but I don't want to buy like a Bowman Draft auto for $50, even though it's free money. But I did find there's and somebody posted it. I don't know if it was a Twitter post or a Facebook post, but it's probably the ugliest baseball card set that's ever been created. No, I'm not talking 91 Fleer. I think it's 1949, the R302s. Do I have one? I probably have one to show you. Who needs Pelican cases when you can reuse old flat rate boxes? This is my Pelican case. This is my slab box. Okay. It's going to take me too long to find. I've got too many. Although my buddy Mark, when he was here, he organized them by year. He must have been really bored. Let's see. We got Heads Up. Maybe I didn't. I thought I slabbed one. Oh, it might not be back from the one that I had. Actually, both of them that I have might be at SGC right now, or on their way back from SGC. So anyway, 1949. No, it's not in there. R302, ugly set. But there's an Andy Pafko that I didn't even realize it existed. I have the Lou Navikoff and I have the Jimmy Fox. And I saw the Andy Pafko. I'm like, oh, it was a Facebook auction from Jim and Steve's card shop from Waukegan, Illinois, and I think it ended up selling for like $12. And I'm like, damn it. Because the cheapest one on eBay is $50. So it is a best offer. So I'm watching it now. I might toss an offer in and see what I can get it for. And then it's both copies that are on eBay are raw, so I'll just send it to SGC. And I really like Andy Pafko. Like, of course, he played far before my time. He was a member of the 1945 Cubs World Series team. I was fortunate enough to interview him. Gosh, probably 15 years ago now. He and Lenny Marullo, who at the time, back in 2008, 2009, were the last living members of the 1945 Cubs World Series team. Of course, they've both passed on now. But great guy, Andy Pafko. So I need to get that for the Cubs collection, the Pafko collection. So I think that's what I might spend some of my gift card money on. 1949 R302, ugly card. But there's something about it that I like. So there we go. We've got Herman in the house. What's up, Herman? Let's see. Angel Baby Cards is here. Good morning to you. Flipping Sports Guy says, hope that card's not shipping in a card saver. It is. So this Jordan Walker, it is shipping in a card saver, but not in a plain white envelope. So he is shipping in a card saver, and it will be surrounded by cardboard. So actually what I do, the cardboard that the card savers are perfect for like extra protection. So I'll cut, and the box is actually cut really nice as far as size wise. So let's see, we can go cut that down to size a little bit. So here you go, craft time with Bo. Take the tape off. So I've got 2 pieces of cardboard, my card saver with Jordan Walker. We'll sandwich that bad boy. We'll use some of this fancy blue tape. Peel four pieces off. Okay. And we'll tape that. Boom. By the way, the card saver is in a team bag, so you don't have to worry about that blue tape. I know tape is a hot point in the hobby. And then here's the trick. What do I have down here? Let's see. There's got to be, there's more cardboard. Trash. Probably not going to be enough. Aha! Right here. So sometimes I'll take bubble mailers, like used bubble mailers that I receive in the mail. I throw them underneath the table here. I don't see any. So I've got some bubble wrap, and I'll take this. And this is going to be too big of a piece. So we'll just pull that in half. We've got the bubble wrap. And we'll just kind of wrap him up like so. And I like to get it nice and bulky like that. See, there's like, it's just encased in bubble wrap. And then in a bubble mailer, and see, it's nice and it's nice and fat. And you want that. You want the bubble mailers to be nice and fat because if they're nice and fat, not flat, because if they're flat, that's when damage. And I've had most of my damage. I'm going to write Jordan Walker on this so I don't forget. Most of my damaged packages of any sort have been bubble mailers, and it's been because they've been chewed up because they've been too flat. So that's how I package the $100 cards. Now, if this was a $200 card, I would put it in a small box and then put it in a larger bubble mailer like so. So that's how I package the cards like the Jordan Walker. Let's see. Mark says, good morning. Hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Finished some more 1970s football sets. Man, 70s football sets, and maybe it's because I didn't actively collect a lot of football, especially 70s football. So they're still fairly like new to me, and I'll come across like the funny there were some great names amongst 70s football players, and the images they like, the photos they used. I always think when I think 70s football cards, I think 1973 tops Craig Clemens of the Chicago Bears, because his hair is just like worse than mine, just all over the place. Static Cling times 10 on Craig Clemens, 1973 tops. Look it up. I would show you if I was on StreamYard, but I never use StreamYard. Herman, good morning to you. Baseball card curmudgeon, what's happening? Good morning, Zach and Porter. He's playing catch up. Dan, more like a pigeon case. Yes, my Pelican case is a pigeon case. Reppin' Rajon says, I bought an eBay gift card for my family Christmas. White Elephant game. To my dismay, I wasn't able to win my own gift card, so no impulse eBay purchases for me today. Bummer. Angel Baby says, I hope Million doesn't show the shark cards I'm thinking of. Let's see. Where are we at? Dan says, a bit delayed on my end, but I love the fact that you actually watched 30 minutes of the Disney parade. It's one of those things where it's like, my wife was big on like, she's always big on the holiday parade. She was still sleeping when I had it tuned in, but it just gets really over the top for me. So yeah, I did watch about 30 minutes of it. Inside the Mind of Bo, good morning. What's up? Paige and Deanie Bean in the house. Let's see. I know Herman says that that mess of priority boxes, Twitter trolls will get you. The use of I know. There was a thread on Twitter the other day about you. Oh, you can't reuse priority mail flat rate boxes. It's like, no, you're not supposed to use them to ship other items in non-priority. Now, you're also not supposed to go in and take 50 of them and use to cut pieces to protect cards. But if this is a bought and paid for box, there's the shipping. Boom. I didn't want to show the sender's address. So I can use it for whatever the hell I want. If I want to cut that damn flat rate box up and use as cardboard protection, I will do so. If I want to use it to store my slabs, I will do so. So to the morality police out there, shut the hell up. Flipping Sports Guy says old school paper cutters are amazing to cut cardboard down for shipping. Yeah, I do it the time consuming way and just grab a pair of scissors. John is with us. What's up, John? Jenny says, talking packaging, packaging this morning. Is this from the tweet about the free bubble mailers? That was another one. There were some wild tweets in the last few days regarding post office bubble mailers and flat rate boxes. Randy, what's up? Good morning. Angel Baby says, reminds me Jim Carrey as a UPS mail delivery driver. Outcome is always the same. Damage my things, right? Let's see. John says 70s are awesome. No logos on helmets. Drunk Uncle Fest. Absolutely. John says Martha Stewart went to jail for using priority boxes. It's like the mattress tags. The tags they had on my prosecute if you remove this tag from the mattress, it's like come on. I guess that's where we're at. It's no longer it's reusing priority flat rate boxes from the USPS. That is now the new mattress tag, the mattress labels, whatever the hell they are. Spent most of last night pulling my 1994 action-packed basketball. There were 94 action-packed basketball. Put them into regular top loader, some good stuff. Man, I do not remember action-packed basketball. And I'm trying to think, was I still, by 94, I was kind of getting out of basketball cards. 92, 93 was like, that was my heyday of basketball collecting. 92, 93. By 94, 95, I was kind of doing away with cards, and I was on to watching wrestling. I was collecting wrestling magazines by 94, 95. Let's see. Look for the Jordan card. I have no issue with reusing, but these people encouraging getting the boxes to use for cutting up. Yeah. And it's the fine line. Like using the post office quote free supplies is kind of like my take is similar to my take on non-dealers selling cards at a card show. There are times where it's right and there are times when it's wrong. You're not supposed to walk into a post office and grab 40 cardboard boxes to cut up and use as protection for other packages. But if somebody sends you a flat rate box of Chicago Cubs cards, it's bought, paid for, it's been used. You can't you're not, they actually on the website, because I got bored one day. I don't know when I had time to be bored. But I looked up and they're like, do not reuse the flat rate boxes because the cardboard breaks down in transit. So reuse them. What else are you going to do? You can't, like, once they're used, what do you do with them? And the guy that was the morality police on Twitter was like, I don't even like, I find the sellers in a negative light if they use priority flat rate as cardboard protection in a package I receive. It's like, what the hell? Remind me to block you on eBay. Come on. Are you kidding me? So the thing is, what are you supposed to do with them? Is it better to throw them in the garbage and let them sit in a landfill, or actually reuse them? Think, people, think. The USPS isn't like, okay, once they're used, you must return them by X date, so the USPS can recycle them. Come on, think a little. Reuse the damn priority mailboxes. Now, don't go to the post office and take 50 of them and use as storage. I actually bought and this was several years ago, it wasn't it was a bulk buy. I need to differentiate the two because most of what I buy are bulk buys, not collections. I've bought maybe 2 collections and 155 bulk buys. So I bought it was a bulk buy, like 300,000 cards. It filled my SUV. I was, the morality police probably, if they would have seen a picture of my vehicle, they would have like scolded me because I was covering up all but one of my mirrors. I could use my driver's side mirror. The inside mirror was obstructed by boxes of cards, and then my passenger seat was filled to the ceiling with boxes, so I couldn't even see my not safe when you're commuting. It was about a 2-hour drive. But anyway, to add to the story, the person that I bought them from didn't want to get rid of his card boxes, so he had put all of these cards in flat rate boxes. Now, they weren't used flat rate boxes like Mr. Pelican case next to me. He went to the post office and like took all of them. So now I look like a heathen because I've got, and they're in the back because they're mostly like all Oklahoma Sooners football cards, and there's still about 40 of those flat rate boxes back there. This was supposed to be a happy 2022 was a great year, and here I am bitching about the the morality police in the post office boxes. Okay, let's go back into the chat. Where are we at? Where did I leave off? Let's see. Jenny says, I have no issue with reusing, but people, oh yeah, so that's where we left off at. Then people upset all the USPS prices going up all the time. Red Light has some of those action-packed basketball cards. I bet if I saw them, I would be like, oh yeah, I knew that. So I'm going to look up action-packed basketball cards. I forgot NASCAR had them. I get NASCAR. It was like the retired players. Okay. Now I know. Yeah, it was like John Wooden was in there. Bill Russell, Bobby Knight had a card. Okay, yeah, and I had like stopped collecting basketball cards by this time. I think, or I was on my way out. Yeah, Dan Issel, Connie Hawkins. Okay. I vaguely remember them, but I was on my way out. I was gravitating toward the wrestling by that point. Low Roller is telling me to sign up. I don't game. I haven't had a gaming console in 15 years, so I have no reason to sign up to GameStop. And I know they sell cards, but you can get cards at a lot of places. So no GameStop for me. Korean POs have bubble wrap, newspaper, and tape for free use. My God, if you go to the post office in the US and ask to use tape, and I've like fortunately I know to tape my stuff before dropping it off at the post office, but some people don't. And that's the thing. We take for granted if we're shipping, we take for granted if you don't ship, it's like burdensome. It's like we're just used to it. If we ship, we're just used to it. So when I was in line, or if I guess I still stand in line if I have the yellow card in my post office box to pick up a box that's too big. But I'm waiting and somebody's like, "Oh, I didn't tape this box." Why didn't you tape the box? Or they just bring the stuff in because they don't have a box. They want the flat rate. So I get it. In the like, some of the clerks just get grouchy and they're like, you can't use tape. You have to buy tape. We have tape for sale. And they're like, but I don't want a whole roll. I just want a couple pieces. And the post office does not give away tape. Oh my gosh. It's a thing. And the clerks get angry. Probably they get angry because they hear it like 4,800 times a day. Because I usually like in like the 10 minutes that I'm standing in line at the post office, like it's probably twice. I hear somebody ask for tape twice in 10 minutes. So multiply that out times 6 times just 8 hours. That's what's that? 2 times 6 is 12 times 8. What's that? 70? No, that's more than 72. I don't know. I should know. 12 times 8 seems like a multiplication number that I should know like right off the top of my head. 80. 10 times 8. Let's just break it down. 10 times 8 is 80. So 84. Is that the correct answer? Is 12 times 8 84? That doesn't sound right. 8 and 2, 16. 96. Is it 96? I should know this. What's 12 times 8? And I don't want to get my phone out because John Keating will, oh my God, you need a calculator to do 12 times 8. 96, my final answer. Angel Baby Card says, I've several right in front of me holding my cards. If I decide to later mail my cards, then I suppose that's my affair, right? My next fractional offering will be a priority box. Let's see, Costco. Let's see, something about Costco. You can get free boxes all the time. Yeah, or like I worked at a grocery store in high school, and we had boxes that we would just back then. And I grew up in a small town in like the 80s and 90s. Recycling wasn't a thing. In my small town, like we didn't recycle. Like everything either went in the burn pile. That sounds very old fashioned. Or you just threw it in the garbage. So at the grocery store, like cardboard boxes, we had this gigantic burn can thing. I think it's like an oil. Like, what do you use? What are old burn? But it was a gigantic. I am at a loss for words today. Burn barrel. Burn barrels. Let's see. So I don't know whatever burn barrels are. Big drums. I don't know what they were for. Maybe they just make them. What is a burn barrel? A metal drum that has been transformed and modified to dispose of combustible trash waste and other materials by incineration. So we had a giant burn barrel behind the grocery store, and that's where we threw all our boxes. That was the job that I liked. It's like truck day. So because I get to screw around outside, and I'd take my sweet ass time. throwing boxes into the burn barrel. And then my friends would drive by because I was 16, 17. So my friends would drive by and they'd stop. So I'd hang out, and easy waste of time as a high school grocery kid. Bo is eating one loose grape at the grocery store and not calling it stealing, just sampling. No doubt in my mind. You are correct, sir. Harlan's in the house. What's up, Harlan? Good morning. I see we're still airing grievances. I didn't even plan. Today was going to be anti-grievance day. Today was going to be anti-grievance. All the good that came of 2022. And here I am bitching. Let's see. Angel baby cards. They are looking at me on my desk. Gold, bold, and old. I love it. John reuses the boxes to make signs. John Wooden plus auto. Let's see. Zach and Porter says, I was fortunate enough to get a couple eBay gift cards for Christmas. No clue what I'm going to do. Quantity buys or one card. This is hard. It is hard. When I don't have eBay gift cards, it's easy to find stuff I want. But then when you have a set amount and it's like, oh man, I could buy a really nice card, or I'm a quantity guy, I could buy a lot of cards. And that's the problem. Zach, I have the same exact problem. And I'm sitting on a gift card right now. And what happens is it just sits in my wallet for like 3 or 4 months because I can't decide what to do. What am I going to do with this? I don't know. Should I buy one nice card, or should I buy 8 cool, nice, not as nice cards? I don't know. Dan says, believe me, Bo, I had to ship a bunch of stuff when I was in the country and had to buy a few of that stuff. It blows. Absolutely. Especially if and I get it. Like for Dan, I certainly get it because he's not living here. But like for people that don't ship all the time and they don't need packing tape, it's like, well, I don't want a whole roll of packing tape. I'm not going to use it until next Christmas. So I do get it. I get it. In the post office, my gosh, they're just so angry. No, you have to buy the tape. We don't offer tape. Thing is, 1994 Action Pack basketball has a very delicate gold finish with black letters that don't age well, so well after time. Well, that does stink. Jenny says they can't give away tape or people will go on Twitter and say, don't waste money. There you go. That's a great point. That is a great point. I even bring my own pen in when I go to the PO because I swear people have stolen the pens on the string. I know. They keep them on those strings. I'm hoping my stamp order comes today. It shows at my local post office. Mail is running again today. I don't think I have anything coming today. Tomorrow, I have 5 boxes of Bowman Draft Light that will be delivered. And tomorrow is the scheduled release day. So shout out to Blowout Cards, always getting my stuff on release day on the pre-orders. So I'll have 5 boxes and I definitely will go live and rip at least 1, maybe 2, hell, maybe all 5 of my Bowman Draft Light boxes tomorrow. So look for me live on Wednesday night, tomorrow night. Howard Stern math. Here we go. 96. Thank you, Harlan. What was my first answer? 84. Gosh, Bo, you're a dumbass. Low roller talking about GameStop. Shut up with GameStop. I don't want to go to GameStop. Good morning. Who remembers having to wrap parcels in plain brown paper? Oh man. Cooter. Yes. I would wrap, back in the day, this was just like 15 years ago when I would sell, and this was when you could sell like a 900 count box, an 800 count box and ship it. And it wasn't $25 to ship, back in the day. But yeah, I would not, even if it was a plain white box, I would wrap it in brown, in that I still have a roll of that in my my storage area. The brown paper roll. Let's see. And I can't remember why I bought, because I bought it within the past couple years, and I don't remember why I bought it. Oil drum. Thank you, Harlan. Yes, an oil drum incinerator. Cooter, the textbooks in school had to be wrapped in the plain brown paper so we didn't damage them. Oh, yeah. And then we could write on them. We wrote like Bo's book and like keep out and all that stuff. And the girls would do rainbows and ponies and stuff. John is sitting on $500 of Fanatics gift cards. Very nice. Angel Baby cards, advice by multiples. That way you get to evaluate the best from the worst so you can send the best in for grading. Wink. Yeah, right? I remember, Jenny, I was telling the girls making textbook covers out of grocery bags was my favorite part of back to school. That's why I wrap 100% of family Christmas gifts. I hate wrapping gifts. Here I am. I'm venting again. I'm airing a grievance on wrapping gifts. I didn't, and we did a very small, like just a couple gifts each, very small this year for Christmas. And I probably used a flat rate. In fact, I think I used a flat rate box to put the stuff in. And then I put a towel over it and brought it upstairs, put it on the counter. Didn't even have it under the Christmas tree. On Christmas morning, I left it down here because my wife won't dare enter my card room. Gives her anxiety. Flat rate box, towel over it. Merry Christmas. And then I just handed it out. Here's Mom. Here's for you. Here's for you, my wife. So yeah. And when I do wrap gifts, it's not good. It's pretty bad. And I use way too much wrapping paper. Let's see. Sal Dougie's in the house. What is up? Good morning to you. Not sure if I bring bad juju to the PO, but how often do you see customers yelling about something at a clerk? Often. Like every time I'm in the post office, somebody's pissed off. Very often. Very often. I have a story, and it wasn't like a upset customer. It was just an awkward story. I don't know if I want to share it. This was supposed to be 2022, a great year, and this happened a few years ago. It was like a very like cringe-worthy. If you want to hear the story at some point, maybe I'll tell it late, like another day. You can just keep reminding me, and eventually I'll tell it. But it was just like, oh. And then it was customer to clerk, and then watching the customer just try to dig out of the hole he dug himself into was just very cringeworthy. And it actually is regarding a pro athlete too. So there you go. And you've probably heard of the subject, I guess, of the conversation. So we'll share that story another day if somebody reminds me. Let's see. Where are we at? Dan, talking about the bad juju at the post office. The post office brings itself the bad juju. It's just it's an angry place. It's like the DMV. Using a paper bag to wrap a textbook in elementary school is my jam. I get you. John says, I wrap 800 count boxes in brown paper. There's too many holes in the boxes. Let's see. Sal Dougie says, when I was a kid, my mom would wrap birthday presents in the Sunday comic pages. Oh yeah. Been there, buddy. Oh yeah. I had several gifts wrapped in newspaper. In fact, I think my mom always, I think my mom went from like, I think it was just it was the evolution of parenthood. So like early on, my mom's excited to be a new mom. And so Christmas and birthday presents are wrapped in nice, fancy wrapping paper. Ooh, it's nice. And we'll put a little bow on it, a bow for Bo, and all fancy. And then there was a time, probably around the time I became a shithead kid, that's when mom started wrap. It's like, this little shithead doesn't deserve the nice fancy bow and the wrapping paper. So we're going to take the funny pages. And then it's just like, now it's the world news section. So it was comics for a year, and then I got the world news section. And then I think by the time I came to junior high, and that's when mom started using, and this is also the time that I started like digging into the presents and opening them early. My mom was using gift boxes, and she just put a little piece of tape like on each of the four sides. And you know how easy it is on a box to just take a box cutter and I missed my calling as a surgeon with the surgical precision I had of using a box cutter and opening gift boxes before Christmas. Surgeon or serial killer? I missed my calling. So that was the evolution of my mom's wrapping, and I think she's back on. I think she's gift bags now. Now it's like you're 40. We're just gonna toss your shit in a freaking gift bag. John says I'll be going live Friday with a large box of chasing cardboard cards. It'll be a variety of items. Excellent. I will be tuned in for that. Harlan says a towel. Come on, buy a gift bag at least. Let's see. Cooter says, Bo, stop admitting to federal crimes on YouTube. Speaking of your card room, I was curious. You said you're going to split that big room into 2 rooms of office / eBay shipping area. I wondered why, because usually I hear of opening walls in houses. It's just a very large space, and I need 2 spaces, so that's why. And I want the separation of eBay store and office, even though I'll be using both for business. I like that separation for my sanity, so I can ship. And then it also makes it easier when I list, and I ship and list on different computers, which also sounds backwards. But for me, it seems inefficient, but it's kind of more, it probably is inefficient, but for my mental sanity, it's a separation to where I can, and especially if I'm listing, it takes, say 10, 15 minutes for Car Dealer Pro to run the AI. So I can just walk into the other room. Now I have to walk up and down stairs, so I'm not doing it. I'm not shipping while I'm waiting as much. I'm doing more sorting. But if the rooms were just right next door, I can just walk into the other room and do a few packages while the AI is performing during my listing phase. And it's a very large room, so it would be there's already a large rec room in the basement. So having 2 large spaces like that really wouldn't be conducive. So this is what I had planned for, and how it's going to all break down, which, by the way, I will take you through. I do have a couple pictures. I shared them with some friends. But I'll do a like kind of a walkthrough video that I'll put up probably Friday, because we actually close. I don't want to like do a walkthrough like before we've even closed. Like, we have a key, like we go in and out. We have a relationship with the current owner, current / previous owner. But still, I want to wait until it's like official, signed, sealed, and delivered before I do any type of walkthrough showing off the space. So Friday, I'll do that. The demo guys, we meet Friday morning. So once I'm there Friday morning, do some walkthrough videos and get that uploaded to YouTube Friday. Let's see. When my mom, when I was a kid, my mom could wrap birthday presents in the Sunday comic. Oh yeah, we already talked about that. Let's see. So there, where we're at with Jenny. Do you know which collection they are from? Harlan wants to know. Why are people even going to the post office? Rare that you would need to go there to send anything. I'll tell you why. I have a small mailbox at the curb, and I usually have about 200 envelopes and bubble mailers that I need to ship out on a daily basis. So that's why I need to go to the post office. But I also have a post office box. So when I am in line at the post office, it's because I have a yellow card that there's a box that's too large for my P.O. box. The reason I have a P.O. box is because I don't want to plaster my home address all over the internet. So that's why I have a P.O. box. That's why I go to the post office. But I also have way too many packages to put in my mailbox. Let's see. Zach goes there to buy stamps and ship bubble mailers. I don't do anything above PWE at home. back in the day, even a year ago, I could fit my daily shipments in my mailbox, unless it was like a big box, a flat rate box or big box. But now I just have way too many. I think I'm sitting on at least 250 packages from the last couple days, and I've got another 150 to ship out. So will not fit in my mailbox. Angel Baby Card says, honestly, how hard is it to find a 1986 Fleer Jordan rookie? Never find them anywhere. They're pretty common. I bet at the card shows I'm at, I see at least one or two at every card show I'm at. Let's see. Pirate Ship, easiest thing ever. Let's see. Yep. I use Pirate Ship. I use eBay Ship, but you still have to get the packages to the post office. My mom, who was raised in the Depression, made us save the wrapping paper until we revolted and tore it into tiny pieces when opening. John, I've told you already that I'm not going on a nude cruise with you. I don't care what you rename it. And buy stamps at the grocery store. You're already there. My bathing suit is an eye patch. We all have groceries delivered to our domicile. Oh, wow. Have stamps delivered? Yeah, you can have stamps delivered. Let's see. I love the Chasing Cardboard show. Amen to that. John Roller Keating, I'm not going to do what you tell me to do outside the bedroom. Where's the sex spots? Jenny says, FYI for stamps, you can ask your mailman to leave an orange envelope in your box during regular delivery. You'll leave him the money for stamps. He will bring back the book of stamps next day. Or you can buy on USPS with your account a book of stamps, and your carrier will bring the next regular mail and leave in the box for you. DJ Scorpio in the house. What is up? I hope everyone had a great holiday. You as well. Can't wait for next year. John says Jenny wins. There you go. And we've solved the problem of going to the almost. Okay. So 2022 was a great year. And I didn't even really think about it until I started reflecting on it. And it was really as far as business went, the Madison Card Show exploded in 2022. Even as the hobby started winding down, we were probably peak hobby in early to mid 2021. The Madison Card Show really grew. I probably could have filled 200 tables May and maybe even into April, May, and June. And then it started to slow down, and now we're starting to see kind of the correction, especially at card shows. There's a lot of card shows. People are getting tired of 7 different card shows within an hour drive, at least in our area, every weekend. But we're still humming along over 100 tables at the Madison Card Show, which the next one is January 21st. So hope to see you there. Saturday, January 21st at the Sheraton Hotel. It's on John Nolan Drive, 9 to 3, free admission. Hope to be back to a sellout of 125 tables in January. I know I'm well on my way. I've got a couple dealers had already requested additional tables. So should be a sellout. Didn't sell out December or November. So last sellout was October. Hey, there's the sex bots on cue. Thanks, John. And just like that, Zach has done his job for the day. He brought out the sex bots, and now he's going to run. eBay, my first full year selling on eBay. Hold on, girls is pulling me back in. And it was just, it was a great year for selling on eBay. Sales have grown throughout the year, that's what you hope to do as you build up the business. My Cubs collection, I'll talk about my goals later this week as we get closer to the new year, talk about my 2023 goals. I'm not going to reach, I don't even know what my goals were. I know usually I set 3 goals per year. I met one goal. I'm going to fall short of another goal, and I'd have to go back and watch it was easy when I blogged because I can just bring up my website and say, oh, that was easy. But I didn't do that last year. I think I just did a YouTube video. Here are my goals for 2023. I should probably write those in the description, just so I don't have to go back and watch myself all over again, listen to myself all over again. But usually I do 3 goals, and I remember I know 2 of them, and I just can't remember the third goal. But I haven't thought about what my goals are going to be for 2023 outside of my Cubs collecting goal. I know what that's going to be for 2023. Maybe I'll have I had a YouTube goal in 2022, so I'll talk about that. We'll review my goals. And then I'll have to have a business goal. So I'll do a collecting goal, a YouTube goal, and a business goal. Air check tape of hobby evolution. Yes, air check. So I'll have to go back and figure out what that third goal. I'm sure I had a third goal because I usually do 3 goals a year. So that's what I had for today. Boy, I kept it brief. I talked so much about reusing priority flat rate boxes, the post office, and didn't even really get to how great 2022 was, but it was a fun year. John says, I'm hoping to get sued by Jeff Wilson and Brian Gray in 2023. I don't think it's too hard. Just put out a couple videos. And the attorney letters will follow. So that's about what I had for today. My eBay store link is in the description to the video. Did I add? I don't think I added anything new yesterday. I was busy shipping. I'll do some more shipping today, and then I think hopefully tomorrow I'll get to some mass bulk uploads. I'm still congested. Got to kick this crap. The crud. So that's what I had. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. 1 pick of the new house, just 1 sneak peek. I guess I can do it on my phone. I don't know how to do it because I'm not on StreamYard, so I can't just bring it up. Let's see. I can show it off my phone. I'll show like my space because I don't think I have a lot of basement photos. Let's see. Took a lot of photos of cards. Oh, went too far. Let's see. Oh, there's Festivus. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here I'll show. So this is the basement. This is the I'm standing at one edge of the rec room. It's looking across the rec room into the area that will be my office in one room, and then my eBay store in the other room. Now it is framed out, but it will be framed. All of that framing is actually coming out. We're ripping all that out, and it's going to be framed differently. But let's see. There we go. So if you can see that. So that is the rec room. There's a walkout to the back patio, and then straight shot ahead is where the eBay store and office will be. So there you go. And then that door that you see, the actual door that goes to the garage. So it's like what I've always dreamed of, a straight shot from the garage, unloading my pallets of Goodwill baseball cards straight into the basement. Let's see. Harlan says, did you get to 30K listings? I have twice. And I keep selling too many cards, and it keeps going under 30K. So I did hit 30K last week. And I just went over. I went to I hit 30,020 active listings. And then I sold a bunch of cards overnight. It went down to 29,000. And then I went to I think I hit 30,200 listings. Now I'm back down to 29,800. So, which is good. I just want to keep building. I want to keep selling. I'd rather sell more cards than list more cards, but I want to sell a lot of cards and I want to list a lot of cards. So I'm just trying to keep that balance, keep that juggling act. So there's the sneak peek. Zach wants to know how much I paid for the house, and Jenny wants to know the property taxes. The new house, let's see. It's actually it's further. There's a GameStop just down the road. There's a GameStop 5 minutes from where I live right now, right next to Target. So I could go to GameStop and Target. It's like right there, right there in the same little parking lot area. Target and GameStop. I've never stepped foot into it. Let's see. The Flipping Sports Guy says going through those pallets has to be a lot of fun. It is, but it's like I've done it, I think 8 times. I bought 8 pallets this year, and now it's like, oh, here's another pallet. It's kind of like steak is awesome. A big old fat steak on the grill is awesome. But if you have a steak the next night, it's not as awesome. And if you have a steak a third night in a row, it's like, it's good. And then if you have a steak a fourth night in a row, it's like, oh, steak again. So that's kind of how the pallets are. The first pallet was awesome. And it was so awesome because the first pallet had that Mike Trout rookie card. Ooh, I can't wait to get a second one. The second one didn't have a Mike Trout rookie card. And then the third one, it's like, yeah, this is fun. The fourth one. But fortunately, it's not like every week. It's about every 6 weeks. And now it's been almost 2 months. It's been exactly 2 months since my last pallet. My last pallet, I think, was on October 27th when I bought it. And I thought the next pallet would be available the first week of December, and nothing came up. So we'll see. It is a lot. Excuse me. It is a lot of fun, but it's not as fun. The 8th pallet was not as fun as the first. John says you can use priority boxes to insulate the basement. Thank you, John. DJ Scorpio, how do you keep track of where the 30K cards are to send out? Like, do you need to go through 30,000 cards to find what's sold? No. Fortunately, no. So basically, you see behind me, I've got box 8, box 3. Up here is Heritage Miners, Bowman U. So each of the listed, so all cards that are in those boxes are under a custom label SKU within eBay. So if it's in the Bowman U box, if I sell a card on eBay, it's a 2022 Bowman U Jeff Sims card. When I go to ship it, it says custom label SKU Bowman U. So I know it's in the Bowman U box. But I have Bowman U cards that are in like box 8. They may be in box 8, tab A. So if it's a Jeff Sims, there may be one out of the Bowman U. Somebody buys one out of the 8A box. So it says custom label box 8, tab A. And I can just go to box 8, tab A, pull the Jeff Sims. And I do about 100 cards per tab. So I only have to search through about 100 cards. Sometimes it's 70, sometimes it's 125, but I try to keep it around 100 cards per tab. So I'm not digging through 300, 400, 500 cards to find the one card that's sold. So that's how I organize the inventory. One of the greatest moments as a dad was Porter going into a GameStop a few years ago and him saying something like, yeah, this isn't for me. That's awesome. Sounds like my experience with cocaine. First line was incredible. DJ Scorpio, nice. Thank you for explaining. You bet. You absolutely are welcome. So that's what I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Back at it again tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central. Yeah, we'll talk to you then.